Everybody hang tight, man. I'm just sharing this live out to all the social medias. Make sure y'all hit that like button and share out this live. You know, we're gonna try to get this building filled up in here. Try to make this the best live as possible, man. Everybody hit that like button and share out the live. That was for Miss Killinois right there, man. Big shout out to all you guys tapping in, man. We're gonna get the live started here ASAP. I'm just sharing it out to the social medias. Make sure you guys hit that like button and share out the live. Appreciate y'all. What's good, everybody, man? Sorry for the hold up, man. We had to get the live shared out everywhere, man. It's been a while since we posted, so I wanted to hop on here and go live, kind of chop it up with everybody. It looks like it's going to be a little mild night, man. I decided to go live a little late tonight, and that might have hurt us a little bit here. But big shout out to all you guys for tuning in, man. Appreciate y'all. I'm going to go ahead and get caught up with these comments. You know, as the lives get rolling, more people will start to fall in here. A lot of people don't like waiting for that starting soon screen and all that type of stuff. So, you know, I'm going to go ahead and get over these comments real quick. That way I'm caught up with everybody and we can keep the conversation rolling. If you guys got anything you guys want to chop it up about, let it be known in the comments section. And if you haven't already, make sure you guys hit that like button and share out the live. You know, we got 13 people in here right now, but trust me, that'll all pick up. They're just waiting for everything to get rolling. So big shout out to everybody, man. Shout out to the whole Killinois family. Shout out to the Killinois Kennels team. Looks like we got the Killinois family in here and the Killinois members, man. And big shout out to all y'all. Real talk. F15 official in the building, man. Big shout out to you, big dog. Appreciate you. We got Miss Killinois in the building. That's right. We got Philip Simmons. That's going to be a Killinois member right there in the building. Big shout out to Killinois Phil in the building, man. We got Antoine Brown in the building. That's another Killinois member, man. Big shout out to you for tapping in, bro. Looks like Antoine Brown got that number 1 on there. Okay. We got Jesse in the building, man. That's another major Killinois supporter right there, man. Appreciate you, Jesse. Thanks for tapping in. He says, what's good, Killinois Kennels? What's good with you, big dog? We got 2110 Bullies in the building, man, out there from, I believe he's in Canada, man. Big shout out to you, big dog. You know, tonight, man, was just a real chill night. I decided I'd go ahead and go live, man. Last night I was supposed to be doing a big interview, that type of stuff. I would have went live last night, but I was set up to do this interview, and unfortunately the people that was doing the interview with me, I guess something happened to their kid, and you know, so that got kind of held up, man. So I decided I would go ahead and go live tonight because it was going to be too late yesterday, that type of stuff, man. But you know, like I said, we ain't posted in a little while. I wanted to get on here, kind of give you guys an update of what's going on, man. Everything is still in motion with our next drop. It's going to be a super dope drop with Master Poe. Here in a second, we'll get to pulling that up. Matter of fact, let's go ahead and get into that right now, man. Go ahead and get into that right now. My bad, y'all. Here we go. Let me know if you guys can hear me real good in here. Let me know. New Zealand. Okay. My bad, 2210 Bullies. He's from New Zealand. My bad. We got a lot of people tapping in from all over the world. And I got you confused with another guy that was from Canada, man. Sorry about that, big dog. We got Brian Flattery in the building, man. That's going to be a Killinois member right there. He's got a real nice female out of Big Clout and Medusa. Big shout out to Brian Flattery, Killinois family. We got our other Killinois member in the building. That's going to be Nene right there with that boy that's that God of War clone he's got in his profile picture right there, man. Shout out to the whole Killinois family. Well, not the whole Killinois family, but yeah, shout out to the whole Killinois family, but especially shout out to the Killinois family members that are in the building. We got Bobby Banks in the building, man. That's my homie Bobby Banks, man. That's a long-time major Killinois supporter. He says, what's good, Dayton? What's good with you, big dog? Mom Dukes. There you go. That's going to be Mom Dukes. That's Brian Flattery's wife. She said, Mom Dukes sending love to the family. That's right. As you guys can see, that's going to be their female out of Big Clout and Medusa right there. Mom Duke says, hey. That's right. Boss Man 83 says, shout out to Knoxville. Shout out from Knoxville, bro. Best bully breeders in the game right now. Appreciate that, big dog. Real talk. Appreciate that. That means a lot, bro. Thanks for recognizing. Amos Lovely says, here, bro. Appreciate you for tapping in, man. Looks like we got 26 people in the building, man. You know, we're going to be shooting for 150 likes tonight. If you guys can get us 150 likes tonight, we're going to show you guys something special. Haven't made my mind yet. I got a couple little pics of the puppies we might show you. Might show you a never seen before dog. Might show you some old school footage. Let's get to it. Let's see if we can hit that 150 likes, man. 30 people in the building, that type of stuff. You know, like I said, we hit 150 likes. I'm going to show you guys something never seen before, something real dope. Yeah, 2110 Bully says, New Zealand, bro. That's right. That's right. Shout out New Zealand in the building. Bobby Banks says, what's good? We in here, bro. We in here. What's good with you, big dog? Jesse says, can't stay long. Wanted to tap in and show some love. That's right, man. I know this is a little bit later live than we normally do, man, and I probably messed up by doing that. But the last time we went live pretty late on Thursday. we ended up having a lot of people in here. So I just tried running it back in that sense, that type of situation. But it looks like people's pretty busy tonight. But it's all good. Jesse, make sure you hit that like button for you move up out of here. Share the live. We appreciate your support. JH, that's a Killinois member right there, man. That's JH out there in New Jersey, man. Big shout out to Jason H. Yep. Mom Duke says, yep, that's her. Yep, that's out of Big Clout. That's a female out of Big Clout and Medusa right there. Looking real good. Danny Andrews says, what's up, big dog, from Sherman Oaks, California. Okay, that's right, man. That's right. That's right. Thanks for tapping in, big dog. Thanks for tapping in. You know, like I said, man, I'm just, you know, I was chilling tonight, man. Didn't have a whole lot going on. I figure I'd hop on here and chop it up with, you know, my people, man. Big shout out to everybody that's tapping in tonight. Real talk. JH says, hit that like button. I know that's right. I know that's right. Hit that like button, man. The more people we can get in here, the doper this live will be. The more people that'll get to commenting, all that type of stuff. And the only way to make that happen is to hit that like button and share out the live, man. So please make sure you guys all do so. A1 Bully says, what up, bro? A1 Kennels tapping in. Okay, that's right. That's right. What's up with you, big dog? Thanks for tapping in, man. Thanks for tapping in. Danny Andrews says, I can't wait to get a puppy from you. That's right. That's right, man. Get with us whenever you're ready and we'll get you taken care of, man. And that's one of the main reasons I'm going live tonight. Just give everybody an update on what's going on. You know, we were supposed to record the puppies this week. Unfortunately, my partner had something, you know, really, really bad happen in his family. You know, I'm not going to get on here and, you know, spread all that, man. But, you know, we were supposed to go ahead and record the puppies these past 2 days. But some unexpected bad news happened. And, you know, we'll be recording the puppies next week, man. So we'll be giving you guys that update. They're looking amazing. The ears are done. All that type of stuff. But let's go ahead and get into that footage, the footage of those puppies right now, you guys. Again, if you're new in here, make sure you guys hit that like button. Hit that like button and share out the live so we can get some more people in here. If you got any questions, I'm going to go over every single comment in this comment section. I'm going to pull your name up just like you see right here. And we will, you know, try to make this a dope one, man. Like I said, I just had some free time. I wanted to hop on here, chop it up with you guys. You know, with it only being 40-some people in here right now, you know, I should be able to get to your questions and comments really, really fast. So go ahead and drop them in there, man. Ryan Campbell says, salute Dayton and Killinois Kennels. That's right, man. Big shout out to Ryan Campbell, man. That's another major Killinois supporter, man. Been supporting us for years, just like Bobby Banks. Appreciate Ryan Campbell. Much love to him, man, as always. JH says, Big Clout throws it down. I know that's right. I know that's right. I know that's right. He's been throwing it down, and he's going to continue to throw it down, man. Doing his thing. All right, here we go. Tiffany George, that's another Killinois family member right there. Or Tiffany Gage, not George, my bad. Tiffany Gage in the building with her husband Bert. She says, yes, Killinois family. Big shout out to you for tapping in, Tiffany Gage. Tell Bert I said, what's up? I'm sure he's sitting there right there with you. PC, man, that's another Killinois family member, man. We got the Killinois family in here strong tonight, man. Killinois, PC says, what's up, Big D? Much love, Killinois family. Likewise, Big Dog, we appreciate you, man. Thanks for tapping in tonight. I know this is, you know, it's not too late for you guys out there in Cali, but it's getting late for the East Coast and that type of stuff. John Adrian, that's another Killinois family member right there. And in that picture right there, that's going to be his Napoleon son and his Mia Napoleon son out of Napoleon and Queen. That's the white boy, white and black boy in the front. And then in the background there, you got a female out of Baby James and Mia. And matter of fact, he just bred them two together, got a real nice litter on the ground. Big shout out to him and congratulations on your litter, bro. Real talk. JH says Killinois family. That's right. The Killinois family's in the building, man. The Killinois family's in the building. Man, let me see something real quick. I know, man, I can't pull that up right at this exact moment. But let's go ahead, man. I ain't going to make you guys look at me twice here. Let's go ahead and get into the puppies, man. So, you know, I wanted to give you guys an update. This is the last look we gave you guys of the puppies, you know, coming out of Master Poe and Glorilla. You know, they're looking, wait till you guys see them now. They're about 3 times the size of these guys right here. You know, this was the puppies at like right before 6 weeks old, if I'm not mistaken. If not, it's right at 6 weeks old. Crazy litter, man. And I'll tell you what, they look even crazier now. They got the ears done. They're starting to beef up and, you know, they look like some butter balls right now, man. These dogs was looking amazing, real talk. And, you know, like I said, we had all plans on getting the puppies recorded this week. Unfortunately, my partner Alex has some bad situation happen in his life. And, you know, it's, you know, some family stuff that I'm not going to get all in too deep about. You know, I don't know if he wants me to spread all that news or not. But, you know, so we will be getting to recording the puppies again this coming week. You know, he's got to deal with some situations and all that'll be coming here really soon. What you guys are looking at right now is going to be the father of this next drop. That's going to be Jay-Z Bully's Master Poe. And big shout out to his owner for allowing us to use this boy. We bred him to one of our top females, for those of you that don't know, which I'm sure most of you guys in here tonight know. You know, that type of deal. Tiffany Gage says, I will. We've been super depressed. Our 12-year-old Sharpay passed away Sunday night. Thank God I have Rue and Mac, my beautiful fur babies, from you. Man, I'm sorry to hear that. I'm really sorry to hear that. You know, Tiffany Gage and her husband Bert Gage, they picked up a real nice female out of Big Business in Siri. And then they got a really nice boy out of Vanilla Gorilla and Coco Chanel. They picked up that blue brindle boy out of Vanilla Gorilla and Coco Chanel. And I can't wait to see neither one of those dogs fully matured. Real talk. Mom Duke says, oh, look at them. That's right. Mom Dukes. You know, unfortunately, Brian Flattery and Mom Dukes just had one of their dogs. You know, I don't want to really get all into it. I don't know how much they want me to talk about it, but, you know, there was a dog that they had, you know, before they got a dog from us. It was a big wolf dog, you know what I mean? And RIP to their dog, man. Real talk. Boss Man says, we're praying for him and his family, no doubt. Appreciate that, big dog. Appreciate that. Real talk, man. What y'all want to talk about in here tonight, man? I mean, of course, we already did a live and went over all this type of stuff. You know, it looks like the live's starting to pick up. We got 51 people in the building, and big shout out to all you guys. If you're new in here and you haven't already, make sure you guys hit that like button and share out this live. The more people we can get in here, the doper this live will be. You know, I kind of feed off of your guys' energy, and right now there's about 5 of y'all talking. You know what I mean? So get your comments in the comment section, and we'll get to it, man. We'll get to it. Real talk. Mom Duke says sorry for your loss, Tiffany. Mom Duke said it's okay and thank you. That's right. That's right, man. Sorry to our Killinois family members that actually you know, had some of their, you know, fur babies, you know, pass away this past week, man. Sorry to hear that. You know. Sorry to hear that. Real talk. Tiffany Gage says, thank you. I've been crying my butt off all week, but gotta keep positive for my other two. But man, those puppies are so cute. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Can you guys hear me good? Can you guys hear me good? Let me know in the comment section. Do I need to turn up some stuff? Let it be known. 1503 Santa Ana says Killinois Kennels fire. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. Thanks for tapping in. Thanks for tapping in. But yeah, man, like I said, man, I ain't have a whole lot going on tonight. And I decided to go ahead and hop on this live and see what was up with y'all. Mom Duke says yes. Or Bobby Banks says, we can hear you. Okay. Mom Duke says, yes, I can hear you. Fine. Okay. That's what's up, man. That's what's up. You know, we just gonna start it out going over the puppies, man. And we're gonna start off with going over the puppies here, and then we can get into whatever y'all want, man. I'll probably go ahead and pull up some of our Killinois family members' Instagrams for the people that are in here. If you guys got Instagram and you're part of the Killinois family, let it be known. We'll pull up your guys's Instagram so people can kind of check out some of the dogs that we've been providing for people. That type of stuff. So dopey good. Okay. I don't know what you mean. I don't know what you mean by that, big dog. Carmelo, man, that's another Killinois family member right there with his Detox son in that picture. He picked up a pup out of Detox and Valkyrie. Says Carmelo in the house from Jacksonville, Florida with my boy Ringo. Detox was the father. That's right, man. Valkyrie was the mother as well. For sure. CR7 says white face. Okay, he likes the boy with the white face. That's right. That's right. Richard Litter says, how much are your dogs? You know, right now we don't have exact prices on these puppies. All that'll be coming in the next video. You know, this was just a video to give you guys a sneak peek look at them. That way you guys could see them in more than one age frame. Sometimes we don't get a chance to do that, but being that we are all caught up, we went ahead and we go ahead and dropped two videos of these puppies for you guys to look at. You know what I mean? This was them at 6 weeks old. As far as the prices go, you know, our prices vary. You know, it's really depends on the pick. And as they're 6 weeks old, we don't ever price 6-week-old puppies because we would like to let them get a little bit older, like to let them stretch out a little bit. That way we have a better idea of what we're looking at as far as the quality goes. That way we're not overcharging you and we're not undercutting ourselves. But one thing I can promise you is we offer the best prices and blood quality versus we offer the best prices versus quality you'll find anywhere in the world, man. I'll tell you that right now. You know, we usually on our litters, we usually got pups anywhere from about $1,500 on up to $6,000-$7,000 a puppy. You know, that's going to be more the lower picks working their way up to the higher picks. You know what I mean? But we offer some very fair prices, especially for the blood that we're offering. We got some of the most exclusive blood in the world at all times, every single drop. You know, we don't half step or none of that type of stuff, but in the next video, you will see all the prices. Males, females, ticket, and price. Yeah, that's ticket and price is going to be the same thing. I basically just broke down the ticket and price. Here in a second, you know, in this footage. You're going to see the puppies separated. Um, you're going to see the puppies separated with the males just together and the females together. So just kind of stay tuned for that. As soon as that pulls up, I'll be giving you guys a heads up. Okay, so no worries. Dan Libby says Killinois Kennels for life. The pup looks great. Best in the game. Foundation stock kennel starters. That's right. That's right. Kennel starters, and it doesn't matter if you've had a kennel for 20 years, man. This is the quality that anybody can pick a pup up from a breeding like this, for sure. For sure. Philip Simmons said them some bulls. That's right. That's right. That's right. Pop Tire says, Killer, keep up the good work. That's right, man. Pop Tired in the building, man. That's my homie Maine right there, tapping in. Big shout out to you for tapping in, bro. We appreciate you. 47 people in the building. Make sure you guys hit that like button, especially Pop Tired. Hit that like button, my boy. But yeah, hit that like button and share out the live. Once we hit 150 likes on this video, I'm going to show you guys something you've never seen before. I haven't decided on what it is. You know, here I can think a little bit. Maybe I'll give you guys a couple different options, but let it be known. Mom Duke says, my God, those fur babies are gorgeous. Appreciate you, Mom Dukes. JH says, yes, we can hear you good. Okay, that's right. That's right. Big Bastard said, what's up, D? Pups are fire. These pups' ears going to be cropped. They're already done, man, and you will see that in the new video. Already done, man, and the pups are off the hook. You think they look good right now, just wait till you guys see them in this next upcoming video. They are insane. Says, fire, pressure, straight gas. That's right, that's right. Appreciate you, big dog. Appreciate you. Real talk. Philip Simmons says, every drop exclusive blood, Killinois Kennels. I know that's right. I know that's right. That's how we get down over here, man. That's how we get down. Mom Duke says, yes, sure you do. And I promise on delivery. Yes, for sure you do. And promise on delivery, always on date. You're awesome, D. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Appreciate you, Mom Dukes. We got Bill Thomas, man. That's another new Killinois supporter. Been showing us a lot of love, man. Appreciate you, Bill Thomas, for tapping in. Man Jack Bullies, man. That's Killinois family over there in Montserrat, man. Out there in the Caribbean. You know, if you guys can see the dogs, you know, he's got two dogs in that profile picture. On the left, that fawn dog, that's going to be a female out of Busy Bone and Medusa. And then on the right, he's got that chocolate male out of what you call it, out of the chocolate male out of God of War and Bulla. You know, he picked up two dogs at the same exact time off that drop. You know, off of that drop, we put up two different litters at one time. He picked up one off of each litter, and they're out there living it up in the Caribbean. And matter of fact, off that drop, we had another dog head out to the Caribbean, out there to I think it was Barbados. I'm not 100% sure, but owned by Carrie and her husband. They picked up the fawn boy out of Busy Bone and Medusa. Man Jack Bully says, puppies looking real good. Appreciate that, Killinois family. That's right, that's right, that's right. JA says, you definitely can't go wrong with the puppy prices. That's right, that's right. You know, it's not like we're out here giving them away, but you know what I mean? We're not trying to get over on nobody either, man. We offer the best prices versus quality you will find anywhere in the world, and we stand on that. Real talk. Real talk. Killinois Mike is in the building. That's another Killinois member right there. He says, can't wait to see the pups with their ears done. Killinois Kennels. That's right. That's right, man. That's right. You see, man, here in a second, man, I'm going to try to show you guys. You know what? Let's go. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and show you guys Man Jack Bullies on Instagram. Let's go ahead and get into that. I'm going to show you guys that here in a second. You know, he's going to be sending us out some videos for us to put in our new Killinois Kennels videos and stuff like that. But that's what we're going to do right now, man. You know, we've already checked out the puppies. Unless you guys want to keep looking at the puppies here. Right now, what you guys are looking at is clips of the puppies where it's just the boys. Let me go ahead and start that back, okay? This right here is just from here until you see that logo again. This is all the boys, you guys. This is all boys right here. You know, let me knock that down real quick. You know, again, that's going to be a Killinois member right there with Tasmanian Panda in his profile right there. Annette Jones, that's going to be Mama Killinois in the building. She said, please hit that like button, man. And that's her female Remy right there in the profile picture. And I'll tell you what, she's got some crazy stuff going on with that girl right there. You know, that dog in that profile picture right there, that's a female. Crazy, crazy girl. And she's got something crazy going on with her coming up here. You know, big shout out to Mama Killinois in the building. You know, if you guys haven't, again, hit that like button and share out the live to all your social medias. The more people we can get in here, the more we can continue to keep on keeping on. You understand what I'm saying? That type of situation. And I'm all the way caught up with the comments, so I should be able to respond back really fast to you guys. You know, there is a little delay from what's going on live here and from you guys receiving it, but I will get to your comments fast and in a hurry, man. Big shout out to all you guys for tapping in. Real talk. 51 people in the building. That's right. That's right. Told you guys it would pick up, man. We started this live a little late. This isn't our normal time. Usually we go live about 2 hours earlier than this. And, you know, again, what you guys are looking at right now is going to be the boys, man. It's going to be the boys. Dan Libby says that tri-male with no white is badass. That's right, man. That's right. All these pups is insane, man. I think he's talking about this boy right here next to the right of the white pup. I think he's talking about that one. But that's right. That's right, man. There's a bunch of nice, man. No slouches in this litter at all, man. We're very, very pleased with the outcome. You know, I'll tell you what, man, we've been receiving so many calls off of this litter, you know, even when we're not posting and stuff like that. The calls have been flooding on all these puppies. And I'll tell you what, everybody's got their own favorite. And I could see why, because there definitely is no slouches here, you guys. No slouches. Some puppies didn't perform as good as other puppies. And what I mean by is just, you know, some of them was a little bit more laid back, like that runt boy. He, you know, there's that fawn boy, the all fawn boy. That's going to be the runt male off of the litter. But I'll tell you what, he looks insane. He's got some of the best shape off of the whole litter. Real talk. Insane boy. David Torres says, we're keeping an eye on the prices, brother. Greetings from Louisiana, Mr. Dayton. Okay, that's what's up, man. That's all in the works, man. That's all in the works, and it's coming here really soon, man. Really soon. You know, like I said, man, some unfortunate situations happened to put us back to where we couldn't record, and it wasn't nothing to do with the puppies. It was some family stuff, and we will be getting it cracking here real soon. Our plans are to record the puppies next week, probably Thursday and Friday. Now what you guys are looking at are the females. These are the only 3 females. There was 5 males off the litter and 3 females, and what you guys are looking at right now are the 3 girls. That type of deal. Man Jack Bully says, update on the merch. Man, it's all coming up here really soon, big dog. Sorry for the hold up. I know the Killinois family is ready, man. And I'm going to be trying to come up with some good designs for like some Killinois family designs. Well, that type of stuff, man. But it's all in the works, you guys. It's all coming up here really soon. Stay tuned. Brian Flattery says the runt's going to be a badass pocket. That's right. That's right. You know, again, we're looking at the females right now, and the females are off the hook. off the hook. I love the boys, but I got a soft spot for females, man, because those are real kennel starters, is the girls. You understand what I'm saying? And the females are off the hook. That doesn't say the boys aren't, but I like it. When females are looking like this, man, when females are looking like boys, you gotta appreciate that type of stuff. Bossman83 says the entire Killinois Kennels is badass. I have yet to see a bad pup or adult dog from you guys. Appreciate that, boss man. Real talk, bro. Real talk. Thanks for noticing, man. And that's how we are. I mean, bro, we're 30 years deep into this stuff, man. If we had, some slouches and stuff, then we'd be wasting our time. You know what I mean? We don't have any slouches. We try to make every breeding outdo the previous one. And we always put our best foot forward and try to offer you guys the best quality dogs possible. Real talk. Appreciate you for noticing, man. Real talk. Again, what you guys are looking at right now is the females. We were showing you a little clips where it was just the boys. Now this is just the girls. Keanu Burgess in the building, man. That's right. That's right. That's the homie right there. He says, Killinois Hammers, what's up? Big shout out to you, big dog. Jordan Adrian says, really like the one with the white head. Okay, that's right, big dog. That's right. That's right. David Torres says, we hope to have the tricolor black female with the whiter face. Okay, that's what's up, man. That's one of the top females. Super, super nice girl right there. Real talk. Real talk. All right. Again, we're going to run it back just so you guys, for the guys that have made it in here late, this is going to be the father right here of this litter, man. This is one of the most extreme American bullies around. That type of stuff. Keanu Burgess, can you speak on line breeding and inbreeding? I mean, yeah, man. I mean, like what specifically do you want to know about that, big dog? Let it be known, man. Let it be known. And we'll kind of get it, is it like, what do you want to know about it? You want to know the differences, or like, what we do over here at Killinois Kennels is we do line breedings. You know what I mean? And line breedings is how you get consistency. With dogs and people is two totally different things. You know what I mean? Line breedings is more like cousins and aunts and uncles and things along those lines. Inbreedings is going to be, brother to sister or father to daughter, mother to, you know what I mean? That type of situation. But, we're not a real big fan of doing inbreedings over here. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not saying that we'll never do it, but, a lot of people hear inbreeding and think like, oh my God, we're not one of those kennels that do a bunch of inbreedings. Like, I don't think we've ever put an inbreeding on the channel ever. You understand what I'm saying? But that doesn't mean that we'll never do an inbreeding. You understand what I'm saying? Inbreedings can be good or they could be bad. You know what I mean? But there's only one way to find out, and that's how to do them. Or is to do them. You understand what I'm saying? If we're trying to lock in on a specific dog or something like that, you might see us do an inbreeding. You know what I mean? That type of stuff. You might see us. You never know, man. I mean, it's been crossing my mind a little bit about maybe inbreeding some white folk stuff. You know what I mean? That type of situation. But, then again, we might not ever do it. You know what I mean? But line breedings is a good thing. And it is a totally different thing than an inbreeding. Like I said before, line breedings is more like with cousins or aunt to nephew or uncle to niece, things along those lines. You know what I mean? Whenever you're breeding these dogs to get a consistent look out of the puppies, that way, and what you guys are looking at right now is a consistent litter. You know what I mean? Take out the color And almost all these puppies really favor each other. You understand what I'm saying? As far as their build and their look, structure, things like that. You know what I mean? But as far as like, like I said, inbreeding and line breeding, it's you know, it's similar, but it's completely different at the same time. You know what I mean? And just because, like some people will just inbreed and just line breed like crazy. You know what I mean? You don't want to go overboard on too much of it. You understand what I'm saying? You don't want to, go overboard on line breeding, and you don't want to go overboard on inbreeding as well. Because that's whenever you start to lose size, you start to lose bone, you start to lose head, things like that. You know what I mean? But I mean that's pretty much it, man. I mean, us at Killinois Kennels, majority we're doing is line breedings. Like this breeding right here you guys are looking at. This breeding you guys are looking at right now is an actual line breeding on the Grim blood. You know what I mean? And you know, Master Poe is a Grim son, but Glorilla is a Grim like great granddaughter. So there's some separation there, but we still did the line breeding on it. You understand what I'm saying? But like with the puppies, like off of this, we'll probably, anything we keep off of this will probably go out, not so much go back in. You know what I mean? Because you don't want to overdo it. Because like I said, that's when you'll start losing size, you'll start losing bone, you'll start losing head pieces, and you can also get some major flaws. When you're doing inbreedings, you got to do them the right. When you're doing line breedings, you got to do them the right way. And when you're doing inbreedings, you got to really do them the right way. You know what I mean? But like I said, for somebody like us that's been doing it forever, white folks is one of our older dogs, we might take a chance and say, you know what, we're going to do one inbreeding, and we might breed a white folks daughter to a white folks son. You never know. I'm not saying that we're 100% going to, but just for the love of white folks, we might have to try it once. You understand what I'm saying? That type of deal. We've also bred white folks to several different bloods, several different routes, that type of thing. And, you never know. You might see it. Midwest American Bully says, "What's up, Dayton? Damn, bro, I love females too. I've got a girl off a dual grand champion Mac, and all I need is Killinois blood in my yard. These puppies are so fire." That's what's up, big dog. That's what's up, man. Big shout out to Midwest American Bullies, man. He's been tapping into the lives, being a major contributor to the conversation, and we rock out with you, bro. And you already know, anytime you're ready, get with us, and we're going to most definitely take care of you. Real talk. Big shout out to you for tapping in, man. You got anything you want to talk about, drop it in the comments section, bro. J Lefty 30, that's Killinois family member right there, man. Big shout out to Jay Lefty, man. He's got a baby James son right there in that profile picture, out of baby James and Mia. And then in the back, you got Kane, which is out of God of War and Elsa. That's a major Killinois family member located out here real close to us. We got some bomb videos of their dogs on our channel. If you haven't seen them, make sure you guys go check them out. And maybe here in a little bit, we'll pull that up for you guys. Oh, shit. Line breeding keeps the bloodline tight. That's where your top quality pups come from most times. Yeah, most definitely. I mean, yeah. But you can also go too tight. You know what I mean? Things like that. You don't want to just constantly line breed off of stuff. You know what I mean? You don't want to constantly. Some people are going crazy with that stuff out here. Don't get us wrong. We'll line breed a little bit, but after so much of it, then it's time to go out. And that's why we have so many different bloods over here. We got the muscle tone blood, we got the Dax blood, we got the Rocco blood, we got we got Razor's Edge, the Killinois blood. So we got a lot of different mixtures that we're doing over here to keep everything fresh. because you don't want to just overdo the tight stuff. You know what I mean? As he's saying, line breeding keeps bloodlines tight. You don't want to tighten it up too much though, big dog, because that's when you start to lose stuff. Like I said, you'll start to lose bone, structure, head size in general, things like that. So you got to be kind of careful with that type of stuff. Marcus Mason says, bro, whatever y'all doing is working. Appreciate that, big dog. Most definitely, man. Most definitely. You know, like I said, with this litter right here, this is a line breeding on the Grim blood, but we also have several other bloods in this to kind of loosen things up. It isn't just gram packed with just Grim blood. You understand what I'm saying? We got some Killinois blood in there. We got some muscle tone blood in there. That type of stuff. So we got some, some Dax blood, that type of stuff. That type of situation. Keanu Burgess says, just wanted to know the differences. Yeah, I mean, a quick breakdown on the differences, bro, is, line breedings are just like cousins, majority like cousins and aunts to nephews, uncles to nieces, those type of situation. It's still, you're still, doubling up on bloodlines and stuff like that, but you're not doing it the inbred way. You know what I mean? And in my opinion, line breedings are better than inbreedings, but it also depends on what type of dogs you're talking about. Like a lot of exotic breeders. The exotic is like a new breed. There's several different breeds in the exotic blood, and therefore for them to get consistency, they have to do inbreedings and things like that. Well, with us at Killinois Kennels, we've kept the American Bully as pure as you could possibly keep it. I'm not saying, our dogs are just, like, we keep the American Bully as pure as anybody else can out here in this world. We don't have any Miyagi blood in our dogs. We don't have any bullseye blood in our dogs. We don't have any exotic in our dogs whatsoever. There's not a drop of it in any of the pedigrees of any of our dogs. And so, we can get away with just doing line breedings and stuff like that because we don't have a bunch of different breeds into our dogs, you know what I mean? But like with exotic breeders and these Frenchy breeders that are doing all the big ropes, the fluffies and all that crazy stuff, those guys have to do inbreedings because they're not going to gain no consistency. You know what I mean? But in certain situations, it really just depends on what you have, what you should be doing. Killinois is the best in the business. I know that's right. Big shout out to Renzo. That's our partner Renzo in the building, man. Big shout out to you for tapping in, bro. Levi Reyes says, showing love from Tucson, Arizona. I'm at work. I'll have to catch up later, bro. Have a good night. Appreciate you, big dog. Thanks for coming in here. Make sure you hit that like button on your way out. Thanks for tapping in, though. Boss man said, yeah, that's facts, bro. Yeah, for sure, for sure. And I wasn't trying to shut down what you were saying or make it seem like you didn't know what you was talking about. But you want to be careful going too tight, keeping the bloodline tight. You understand what I'm saying? Because that could hurt you in the long run. You know what I mean? That's the problem with a lot of breeders, a lot of American bully breeders out here nowadays, is they're all breeding to the same stuff. None of them want to step outside of the box and try something different and try using other bloods and things like that. And those are the guys that are keeping it tight and a little too tight, and they're breeding themselves into a corner. You know what I mean? That type of situation. So for sure. Mom Duke says, you remember all your babies. I try to. I do my best. I'm getting a little bit older. I'm getting a little bit older. My mind ain't quite as sharp as it once was, man. But, I do my best. I do my best. Mom Duke says, thank you for explaining that. Never knew that. Good to know. I thought it was wrong. Better said scared. Yeah, I mean, none of it's, dogs and people are totally different. I mean, of course, people shouldn't be doing nothing like that. You understand what I'm saying? But dogs are different. You know what I mean? And especially dogs with that are new. You know what I mean? Especially dogs that are like new breeds and things like that. Like you have to do inbreedings. You have to do line breedings to keep it nice and tight, to have some consistency. If you don't, you're gonna throw puppies. Like I said, I'm not saying us over here, that type of situation, but like I said, for an exotic breeder as example, or one of these breeders that's breeding fluffy Frenchies and ropes and all that type of stuff, like those guys have to tighten it up. They don't have a choice, you know what I mean? But the American Bully is more of a it's set, you know what I mean? For the most part. I mean, yeah, there's people out here doing crazy stuff, but they shouldn't be. You know what I mean? There's enough American Bully bloods out here. If you do things the right way, you shouldn't be trying to introduce exotics in your dogs and that type of stuff. You should just be dealing with American Bullies. That type of stuff. Midwest American Bully says, when's the next show you're going to be at in the Midwest area? Man, I'm not 100% sure, man. I know I'm going to try to shoot up there in Chicago for the Bully Con. I do know that there's a show going down in your way, I think this coming weekend or something, if I'm not mistaken. Midwest American Bullies. I don't think I'm going to be able to make it, man. We got a lot of stuff that we're working on down here right now. But I'm definitely going to be, at BullyCon. I'm definitely going to be at the BRC Global Nationals, which I think that's in Ohio. Definitely going to be at the Midwest Rumble, which is going to be like a collaboration between Kev Green and June Williams. They're doing a big show in Chicago called the Midwest Rumble. The Rumble in the Midwest. And we'll definitely be out there with Top Dog TV covering those events. So that's what I'm looking forward to. Those are the ones that I'm looking forward to for sure. Breeding, my bad. Okay. Rick Ross says short crop or show crop for the ears. We like a short show crop. You know what I mean? We like a short show crop. That's what we go for. And I'm telling you right now, man. Damn, we only got 26 likes in here, you guys. Come on, y'all. Come on. Hit that like button, man. Hit that like button, everybody, please. Appreciate y'all. Please. I'm not gonna keep on speaking on it, but please hit the like button. We've had 400 people in here tonight, and we only got 27 likes, man, and that's horrible. Show some love, y'all. Real talk. JH says, is that real? Only 27 likes? Crazy. Hit that like button. Yeah, see, there you go. That's right. That's right. We got the old white lady in the building, man. That's going to be our Killinois family member, Wendy, out there in Alabama. She says, hello from Alabama. Big shout out to Wendy for tapping in. One of my favorite Killinois family members right there. If you guys haven't seen her video, man, I got a video up of her with her dogs, man. I'll tell you what, man, she just sent me a really dope picture of her dogs. Wendy, you should make this picture your profile picture. I can help you do it. The old white lady's dogs right there. Look at those bulls she's got. She's got a God of War and Remy son on the left, and then that little girl right there is a Big Clout and Star daughter. Off the hook. If you need some help doing it, Wendy, I'll walk you through it anytime. Midwest American Bully says, dang, yeah, Bull Meets World. I'll be there. It's in STL this weekend. You never know, big dog. We might try to shoot down there. You know what I mean? I'm not 100% sure, but you never know. We might just pop up, bro. We might just pop up. Real talk. What you thinking? Philip Simmons, you in the building? You trying to pop up? Midwest American Bulls. Have you ever seen a runt grow to be the biggest bull of the litter? Most definitely have, bro. Most definitely have. Most definitely have. A couple times. A couple different times. A couple different times. Man, let me see if there's a way I could pull that picture up of Wendy's a little bit better. Let me see here. I'm gonna try to show you guys that. Olaha Rivers. Have you ever seen the rock? Yeah, most definitely, man. Most definitely. It's happened. I've seen the biggest dog end up being the smallest dog, too. You know what I mean? All that type of stuff is in God's hands, man. All that type of stuff is in God's hands. That type of deal. But I've definitely seen that for sure. The runts, a lot of times, man, the runts are the best dogs off of the litters. You know what I mean? Real talk. Best and most consistent quality dogs I've seen so far. Appreciate you, big dog. Ty Bell, appreciate you, big dog. Thanks for the love, man. Real talk. Thanks for the love. Let's go ahead and get into something different here, man. I'm gonna see if there's a way I can show you guys Wendy's dogs here a little bit better than on that phone. Let me see here. Give me 1 second, you guys. I'm gonna try to show you that way you guys can see how badass these dogs really are. Shout out to the old white lady, Wendy, man. One of my favorite Killinois family members right there. Real talk. Shout out to Wendy, man. Real talk. She wants to see Killinois Kennels. She wants to see us win. She's got our back like crazy, man. Big shout out to Wendy. Real talk. Not too many people want to see you win. You know what I mean? So the ones that do, man, well, that really means a lot. Real talk. Let me see. All of our supporters and stuff like that. I'm just talking about people that get jealous over us and things like that. Weird stuff like that. Let me see here. I'm gonna email myself this picture real quick. That way we can pull it up for you guys to really see it. Cause it's a bad girl, bad dog right here. I'm gonna show you guys I'm gonna show y'all a couple dogs here real quick. Nah, can't do that. It's a video. Second. Not trying to keep y'all waiting here, man. I'm gonna try to send these videos to or these pics to myself so y'all can give you guys a couple of looks at some never be seen before bulls from our that are our Killinois family members here. Oh no. One more. Hold on, y'all. My bad. My bad. Stay with us, you guys. I'm sorry about that. Let me get it here. I'm gonna show y'all some dope stuff, man. Just give me a little second here. I got y'all. Man, it's saying that's a broken picture. What the what's going on? Here we go. Man, that'll work. All right, y'all. My bad. I got a lot of that stuff on my phone. Now I got to go here to my email and shut it down. Let's see what we got here. Content Athena says hello. Are hello? Are you doing when? How are you doing? I would imagine. When are the puppies available? They'll be available here really soon, man. We got to get this new video of them. We got to get this new video of them. We got to get this new footage of them. We did just show you guys the previous video of them with they still had their ears. We recently got their ears cropped, and that video we will be starting that video next Thursday. We'll be starting to record. Unfortunately, my partner had a very, very bad situation happen within his family. I'm not going to get in too deep about it because I don't know how much he wants me to talk about that. But we were supposed to record them this week, and unfortunately, we wasn't able to because of the unfortunate situations that happened with my partner's family. So that type of deal. Man, that's crazy. All right. We're almost there, y'all. We're almost there. I'm gonna show you guys some Killinois family members' dogs that they're just some stuff, some quick stuff that I had on my phone. And that boy right there, I'm telling you. Here, let me see here, y'all. Let's see, man. Again, if we can hit 150 likes on this video, man, I'm gonna show you guys something even doper than this, man. This is just something quick to show you guys. This right here is gonna be our Killinois family member Rob from out there in New York. This is his boy out of G Baby and Siri. Off the hook boy right here. You know, you might be seeing I might be trying to breed to this dog myself. I really, really like this boy. Him be with his beautiful flowers in the background, if you understand what I'm saying. This right here is going to be one of the boys out of what you call it? Out of Medusa and Medusa and Busy Bone right here. He's still a young male. Man Jack Bullies, this is their boy they picked up out of God of War and Bulla. You know, super, super nice boy. A lot of these dogs haven't even hit a year yet. You know, I believe this boy is like 8 months old right here. Something along those lines. This is the female he picked up off of that same litter. Look at the build on that girl, man. Off the hook. And then here's Wendy's dogs, you guys. This on the left is out of God of War. And that's going to be Edward out of God of War and Remy, you know, from Annette Jones. She produced that dog right there, Mama Killinois. And then this right here is out of Big Clout and Starburst, a little young female right there, produced by Antoine Brown. Yes, I don't know how to do it. I'll most definitely walk you through it if you would like me to, Wendy. I most definitely will. Mom Duke says, wow, that's right. JH says, Wendy's Bulls are fire. Rick Roth throws a thumb up. Bro, y'all pop up with Bull Meets World. That'd be sick as you know what. I'll definitely have to come holler at you. Yeah, man, we might try to pop up, bro. I'm gonna holler at a couple Killinois members. I'm gonna holler at a couple Killinois members and see what's up, man. You never know. We might make it there. Lorenzo Young says, nice bulls, Wendy. That's right, that's right. Midwest American Bully says, what is it you look for most when you're picking your pup? I mean, I personally like a well-balanced dog. You know what I mean? Everybody's got their own little preferences. You know what I mean? I like a dog that that is well balanced, that has a little bit of everything. You know what I mean? But you know, that doesn't mean it's always the right pick neither, man. When you're picking a puppy, it is like a gamble. You know what I mean? Nothing, you could see this bad puppy, but that's in God's hands. And the way that dog grows and what it turns into, you'll never know, man. So there is no special trick at keeping the best dog or none of that type of stuff. It is all pure luck, man. It is all pure luck. Sometimes, yeah, this might be the visibly coolest puppy off of the litter, but that doesn't mean it's going to end up being that way in the long run. You know what I mean? That type of stuff. So it's really just a gamble, man. You got to just put your best foot forward and hope it works out. You know what I mean? There is no there is no guarantees, that type of stuff. And it's a really hard thing, man. It's hard to make picks. Even off of this litter right now that we got going on right now. My partner Alex don't know what he's gonna do at all. You know what I mean? He still don't know. A lot of times we're not making our picks until that very, very last moment. You understand what I'm saying? That type of deal. Old white lady says, thanks for the compliments. They are wicked, all right. That's right. That's right. They look amazing, man. They look amazing. I can't wait to see what them two do together, because they will eventually breed together. Midwest American Bully says, what's funny is every time I leave my female at the house, I turn Killinois Kennels on the TV and let it play through each video while I'm gone. My dogs love y'all. Appreciate that, man. That's what's up, bro. That helps us out, man. That helps us out. We really, really appreciate that. Russell Estevez says, aloha, Dayton. That's a Killinois member right there. That's with his female out of G Baby and Siri. He says, aloha, Dayton. Keep up the good work. Always look forward to your lives. Appreciate that, man. We always look forward to the Killinois family tapping in, man. The Killinois family's in here deep tonight. Real talk. Real talk. Annette Jones says, Wendy, Edward is looking really good. You're doing a wonderful job with your dogs. That's right. That's right. For sure. Edward's looking good, and so is that female. Look at that little girl right there out of Big Clout and Star. Off the hook. Real talk. Old white lady says, thank you, Miss Jones. He's incredible. That's right. That's right. Mom Duke says, beautiful. That's right, man. Where we at? 821. This is a little chilled, laid back live, man. I've caught up with all your guys' comments. If anybody wants me to pull anything specific up, let it be known, man. I'm on here to kick it with y'all as long as y'all are tapped in and interested. You understand what I'm saying? I knew this was kind of risky going live a little later like this, but the last time we did it, we had really good results. I probably should have titled this a little bit different. That type of deal. But let's get into something else here. Can we see some more of your productions? Yeah, man. I mean, that right there was just a couple quick pics that I had off my phone. You know, here soon I'm going to be doing a video trying to put together some of our productions and that type of stuff. But but I'm trying to think of a way, man. I mean, you know, a lot of the dogs you see on our channel are our productions, man, because they were produced right here at the camp. You know what I mean? As far as what you as far as like, man, I could, you know, you want to see some old stuff? I guess I could go back to like Facebook. Let me show you some older productions and things like that. You know, uh, I mean, I could also pull up a, you know, here. Let me pull up the last Killinois compilation video for those of you guys that might not have seen it. If you've seen it, let it be known. But uh, see here, pull that one up real quick. That way, it's just something I can let you guys play. Let you guys let something that I can just let it play, that type of deal. And this right here. My bad, y'all. Pull this up real quick. Here's something, you know, for some of you guys that might have not tapped into this video, that type of deal. This is like a video it says all we want is our American Bullies back. That type of deal, man. And right now, what you guys are going to be looking at the parents. This is going to be Big Clout's father. This is Odysseus. And then here in a second, you're going to see the mother, Sativa. And then you'll also see some of, you'll see like Big Clout's sister. You're going to see some productions right here, man. So, Big Clout Sasha breeding in the future. We already did that, bro. We already did that, Bill Thomas. We already did that. And I'll tell you what, man, wait till you see some of the dogs off of that. Off the hook. This right here is going to be Big Clout's sister. Super nice girl. This is a girl right here. This is Big Clout's sister, located out in California. Lion Fraternity. On the phone, you have to get out of the chat to hit the like. I don't know. I don't set it up on the computer. Yeah, I mean, you know, I'm sure people can figure that out, man. Yeah, you probably have to turn your phone up, down. You know what I mean? You could also just turn your phone up and side down and you should be able to see the chat and hit the like button, that type of deal. That type of deal. I like when you make videos showing the dogs as a puppy and then what they look like now. Yeah, most definitely. I mean, we try to do that on a lot, you know. Right now, what you're looking at is baby James and Mia, and then next you're gonna see a female that came out of baby James and Mia. And that's gonna be her right here. That's a female right there out of baby James and Mia. Bro, Big Clout's sister is a monster. Yeah, for sure, bro. For sure. For sure. You know, these are all our customers' dogs right here that you guys are going to be looking at. You have to hit the X on the live on the chat on the live chat thing and then hit like and then click back onto the chat. Okay, that's right. That's right. There y'all. That's how y'all do it, man. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Real talk. Hit the Okay, Richard Dowling says the same thing. Hit the big X on the top right corner of your screen and you can hit the like button respectfully. Then hit live chat. You won't miss a word. That's right. That's right, man. Thanks for letting them know, you guys. Real talk. We appreciate you. Big shout out to Richard Dowling, man. I believe he's from Ireland. We got Ireland in the building. We got New Zealand in the building. We got the Caribbean in the building. We got Hawaii in the building. We got the whole United States in the building. Big shout out to all you guys. Real talk. Real talk. This right here is out of Baby James, or no, this is out of God of War and Elsa. That's going to be Kane's sister right there. Okay, right now what you're about to look at is when we bred Rocco to our girl Stella. You're going to see a production off of that. This girl, look how ripped up this girl was. She's located out in Texas. Look at her. Solid, ripped up girl right there. KK says, what class are your dogs? Pocket, standard, or classic? Yeah, I mean, we got pockets and standards, big dog. We got pockets and standards. Miss Killinois says, purple puppy. That's what we was calling Big Cloud's sister, was purple puppy. She had like a real cool tint to her when she was a pup. Real cool tint to her. But yeah, this is out of Rocco and Stella, female, super nice female, located out there in Texas. We almost ended up getting this girl back. And this is a boy off of that very same litter. His name's Debo. That's a boy out of that litter right there. Donna S. Braxton said, the baddest bullies on the planet, Killinois Kennels. Appreciate you, big dog. Real talk. Appreciate you. What the hell happened there? Hold up. Appreciate you. Thanks for letting them know, big dog. That really means a lot. Real talk. Real talk. This right here is going to be Napoleon's sister. That's going to be Nina. And this is her son. Man, what is that boy's name? I know the owner's name. I can't remember because we ain't stayed in touch like that. I can't remember what this boy's name is. If you guys remember his name, let it be known in the comment section. But this was out of Stacks, bred to Nina. Super nice boy right here. Monster boy. This boy is more of a standard bull. Probably 100-pound dog right now. Off the hook. He's located out there in Louisiana. Again, what you guys are seeing right here is our productions. These are dogs that we've sold people. That type of situation. Looks like the live. That's the homie John Braxwell right there with that monster boy. And he's saying right here, you can hear him talking about how his dog was just winning out there. Footage of this boy.
How y'all doing today? Just letting y'all know, when they say show dogs, they mean show dogs. The first show we put this boy in, he won second place, he won first place, he won best classic, and best male. This ain't me telling you he's a good dog or Dayton telling you, it's what the judges are saying.
That's right, that's right.
I want to thank y'all for selling me this dog, for giving me the opportunity to own him and have him.
That's right.
I appreciate that.
That's right, John Braxwell.
And just
man,
to let y'all know, we got
dog.
some more dogs coming out that y'all need to see. Thank you.
That's right. Here's going to be Jay Lefty that was just in the building. That's going to be his two dogs right there when they were way younger. Way younger. I got some videos, some more updated videos of these guys on the channel. If you haven't seen that, go check it out. Real talk. This is his boy Kane right here. You're going to see a little clip of him working the spring pole. These dogs were kind of young at this time. This is an older video, man, and I'm trying to work on a new one of these, man. But I need the Killinois. This is an older video of just bunch of our productions that we've sold other people. It's like Killinois family members' dogs, all Killinois family members' dogs. But we need our, Killinois family to start sending out some more stuff, man, so we can put something together. Don't get me wrong, man, I got a lot of pictures and stuff, but we really need some videos. That's really what I've been waiting on, is some good videos, man. And if any of you guys need any help, let it be known, man. Hit me up and I will help you get that footage. I'll help you, throw you guys some pointers and all that type of stuff. But let's get into it. Kane working that pole. Here in a second, you just see Meatball just fly right past that video is funny. Alright. That's going to be Kane's sister right there out of, and this girl was young at this time. She was like 11 months old, 11 months old. That's out of God of War and Elsa right there. Super nice female. Stay Fresh Bully says, beautiful bulls. Appreciate that. This right here is Mr. Babu Boss Mendez, 10 months old male out there with our Killinois family member out there in Florida. He loved this boy so much he ended up picking up another God of War son. That boy's out of God of War and Elsa right there. Young. He was young at this time. Real young. There he is, kicking it with his brothers and sisters. He's got a whole nother dog. It might have made it. I don't know if it made it in this video or not. It might not have made it in this video. It made it in some other videos, though. Badass boy. Shout out to the Mendez family out there. Real talk. Yeah, man, I got some footage of this boy way. He was just a puppy at this. 10 months old and stuff. He is a pup. Wait till you see that boy now, man. He is crazy. Crazy dog. That's going to be our Killinois family member, Matt there, man. Shout out to the homie Matt. He says, subs, bro. Sup, bro? I'm sick as hell right now, but I wanted to pop in and say what's up. That's right, man. Big shout out to you, bro. I know it's a little bit late and stuff like that, man. But, shout out to you for tapping in, bro. Make sure you hit that like button for you dip. Real talk. Yeah. This is our Killinois family member right here out in Chicago. They got a white folks and Layla's son on the left right here. And then they got a Vanilla Gorilla and Chi-Chi daughter on the right here. Super, super nice girl. Super nice boy. Real talk. This is an old video though, man. A lot of these dogs are even way more mature than that. But look at these guys off the hook. And I tell you what, we got the litter mate to this girl, this chocolate girl. I got a female that looks identical to her that, we'll be showing you guys on the channel here really soon. Keep a lookout for the Nunu. That's Killinois Nuisance. Nunu. Should we calling her Nunu? Because we had already had Nuisance. Yeah, it's kind of just showing the parents and stuff. This right here is Riot. We bred Riot to Lauren London. Got this boy right here. This boy is located out in Canada. Off the hook. We had actually seen this dog at a dog show, man. This boy's serious. This boy is located here in Illinois. I think his name's Meatball. He's with one of my old homies and stuff. Meatball. That's a female right there. That's a female. See here, what else we got? Cracking. Man, this is an old video, you guys. We got some way cooler stuff we're going to show you guys here in these next upcoming videos, man. Real talk. The next one we drop is going to be insane. The next one we drop is going to be insane because a lot of these dogs wasn't even fully matured in these videos. You know, this right here is going to be, you know, this right here is out of or out of Vanilla Gorilla. This is a Vanilla Gorilla son out of Vanilla Gorilla and Champion Juliet. Here's a little clip of him. This boy looked a lot like Vanilla Gorilla. Real talk. Man, it looks like I've caught up with y'all, man. It's kind of lame in here tonight, man. I might be shutting this down here in a second, y'all. We've been in here about almost 2 hours. Let's see here. This right here is going to be our Killinois family member. It's going to be too much work to show it like this, but I will definitely show it at a later date. But look at his girl out of Big Clout and Medusa. That's going to be Brian Flaherty and Mom Dukes. Yeah, JH says pork chop. That's right. That's right. That's who that dog was for sure. Yeah, pork chop. Yes, sir. Miss Killinois said, yes, it totally was pork chop. That was the dog. I couldn't remember his name. Man, this sucks though. Because this is a lot of old stuff. Keep in mind, this video's old, but it was just a way for me to show you guys, you know, some of our productions are not our dogs, our customers' dogs. This right here is a female out of Premier and Lunatic. Shout out to our Killinois family member. I think that's Darcy Smith, if I'm not mistaken, that got this girl right here. He's usually in here too. He might be busy tonight. This is a couple. They had picked up 2 from the same litter out of Premier and Lunatic. And this was a female off of that litter. This was a female. That's a boy. Man, I wonder what's up with the homie that's got this boy. Big Trucking, man. He used to be tapped in like crazy, man. One of our major supporters, man. I ain't heard from him in forever, man. I wonder what's up with the homie. And I'm wondering what this dog looks like because that boy was off the hook. Keep in mind, some of these dogs was really young in these situations. Here's another one of Big Cloud Sisters out there. Out there running the yard. Look at her. That's going to be our Killinois family member, the Sotos. Ain't seen the Sotos for a minute neither, man. Where's the Killinois of the old school Killinois family members? Where are y'all at? Yeah, that's Big Cloud's sister right there as well. You know, these dogs were pretty young at this age. In these clips, I mean, in these clips. You should do a live with only production. Yeah, man. I mean, you know, honestly, we probably wouldn't even do a live with that, bro. We're just going to make a video, you know what I mean? And then maybe I'll go live and we'll go over it. This right here is one of our Killinois family members out in Florida. They had picked up the Fawn boy out of Premier and Fendi. And he was young at this age, really young at this age. That type of deal. That's going to be Sir Duke right there, I believe. Shout out to man, what's his name usually in our chat? Sir Duke. Man, I can't remember. Usually he'll be in here. He just ain't probably in here tonight. This right here is out of these are pups out of White Folks Junior and Blutiful right here. That's the Brewster family right there. This is a White Folks son right here. White Folks son, White Folks in Nala. These you're seeing some old school Killinois family members dogs right here. Rob, I believe his owner's name was Rob. White Folks in Nala right here, boy. This is a female out of White Folks in Layla, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. This was just an easy way for me to show you guys some of the productions. This right here is a female out of Stax and Prada right here, owned by the homie Rob out there in Buffalo, New York. Crazy, crazy girl right here. Let's see. Here's Busy Bone and Warhog as a puppies right here, you guys. It was just like a little sneak peek I gave. Busy Bone and no, not Busy Bone. Big Business and Warhog. This is when they were puppies running around together. Mom Duke says she loves taking pictures, D. She's amazing. I know that's right. I know that's right. Yeah. Yeah, this was just like a little treat I threw at the end of the video. That type of stuff. This was these guys when they were pups. But man, that's pretty much it, man. I could go to like Facebook or something. I'll go to Facebook and show you guys some older productions, but really that isn't the way we should be doing it. You know what I mean? That isn't the way. We need to show you guys these new updated productions for real, for real. But I can at least go to Facebook and show you guys maybe, show y'all a little history of the Killinois. Little history of Killinois, man. 45 likes tonight, you guys. We've had 500 people in here. We've had 500 people come in and out of here, and we only got 45 likes. That is crazy work, y'all. The supporters did not make it in here tonight, boy. The supporters did not make it in here tonight. Shout out to you guys that did hit the like button. We appreciate y'all. Real talk. We did have a Killinois Kennels Facebook page, like a business page, but unfortunately they took it down because you're not supposed to sell dogs, which we wasn't even trying to sell dogs on there. All I was doing was sharing our YouTube videos on there. It wasn't necessarily us trying to sell dogs on Facebook. I was just letting people know that our videos was posted, that type of deal. And they ended up striking our page. We had like 15,000 followers on there and they struck it down. So the best way to keep up we the best way to keep up with us on Facebook now is going to be my own personal Facebook page. We did start a new one, but I just need to start getting stuff posted on there. But check out Dayton Bodine on Facebook and you can see a lot of our stuff. A lot of our stuff on there. Run through, man, I gotta be kind of careful though, because I got some crazy stuff on here. Kind of privated, but it ain't privated for this right now. You know what I mean? That type of deal. Stay Fresh Bully says, what would you say you have in the yard that mixes the best with Brim/Rocco blood? Been trying to get a pup from you guys for a while now to take to my Brim son. Yeah, man. I mean, get with us and we'll get you right, bro. I mean, but we do have a lot of stuff that meshes well with those type of bloods, man. We've been working that stuff all over the place, you know, pretty much anything we got that will mesh well good with that stuff. You know what I mean? Real talk. Real talk. I mean, you know, you just got to kind of check us out, man. Check our stuff out. You see something you like, hit me up. I'll run it past you and let you know if I think it'll go good or not. You know what I mean? That type of stuff. You know, the thing is you don't want to go too heavy on that blood. So I wouldn't be, you know, I mean, depending on how tightly bred it is that you're already starting with, you'll want to go outcross with something, you know what I mean? That type of stuff. You don't want to just constantly keep going, you know, Rocco, 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 Rocco. You know what I mean? Like, it's cool to do line breedings and stuff, but you also got to keep some separation in there. That type of stuff. You don't want to go too heavy on no bloods. That type of deal. Vince Lang says, "Hey Dayton, just checking in to give my support, hitting the like button. Keep up the good work. Appreciate you, man." That's our Killinois family member right there. And in his profile picture right there, you guys are going to be seeing his boy, uh, his boy, Taser out of Glorilla's brother. That's Glorilla's brother right there in that profile picture. Badass boy. Owned by the homie Vince right there, man. Big shout out to you. Real talk. They said the live was cool. Peace out, Killinois Kennels for life. That's right, man. We're about to go ahead and shut it down anyways, man. We're about to go ahead and shut it down. It's kind of whack in here tonight, man. Not too many people talking and stuff. Like I said, for me to do these lives, man, I'm sitting here doing this solo. So I kind of bounce off of your guys' energy. You know what I mean? That type of deal. He said, "Stay fresh." I'm actually trying to outcross because he has 24% COL. And I stay tapped in. Y'all always got that heat. Yeah, appreciate that, bro. I mean, you know, you're more than welcome to hit me up, give me a call or something, man, and we can kind of talk that over a little bit better. You know, you could show me exactly what you have and we can go from there, you know what I mean? But pretty much any of the bloods, you know what I mean? We got a lot of stuff, man. We got dogs without, you know, we got some dogs which you can't find anywhere. You can't find a real true American Bully with 0 Dax blood in it. We're like pretty much the only kennel that still has something like that. You understand what I'm saying? So, you know, like that's dope that you're ready to do like some outs, because I'll tell you what, that's how some of the best dogs were ever made, was from an outcross. You understand what I'm saying? You know, like I said, you keep on line breeding, like I said earlier in this live. If you keep line breeding, line breeding, line breeding, line breeding, the dogs are just going to get smaller, 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 smaller head, smaller bone, smaller chest. You're just going to have these little baby pockets. You know what I mean? You do a outcross. Come rock with us, bro. You come rock with us. We could definitely help you out with that. Real talk. You know, dogs like, let me pull up a couple of these guys for the homie right here. I'm not going to just dip out real quick like that, but we are going to go ahead and shut it down unless we can get these comments rolling a little bit more, that type of stuff. But yeah, you don't want to go overly tight on anything. You know what I mean? You want to throw some freshness, stuff like that in there. You know what I mean? Our boy Big Clout is a good way to do that. Our boy Big Clout is a good way for some outcross and still keep that same look. You understand what I'm saying? Let me show you. Here you go. That's our boy Big Clout right there. Look at the boy. Off the hook. That boy doesn't have no Rocco blood in him. He doesn't have no muscle tone blood in him. That type of stuff. You know, boy is a straight bull. You know what I mean? But, you know, Killinois dog done the Killinois way right here. Real talk. Stay fresh, as I still have your number. I will be definitely hitting you up. Do that, big dog. Do that. You know, I don't know you by the name right here, but I for all I know, we've probably talked in person, big dog. Real talk. Russell Estevez says, "Hey Dayton, the eagle has landed." We put it. That's right. That's right. Big shout out to our Killinois family out there in Hawaii. Russell Estevez. That's right. That's right. It's Killinois. That's her. This is our baby boy right here, Big Clout. So I tried getting the pup that was Easty Westy off of this litter that y'all had for 1,000. Oh, okay. Well, you must have been talking about a previous litter, that type of deal. That type of deal. But no, yeah, that's right. That's right, man. We got a lot of stuff that'll tap in good with that blood, man. That's what we've been doing with our boy Big Clout, as you're seeing right here. We've been breeding him to a lot of that Rocco blood and some of the best productions we got coming up off of this boy. I'm telling you, off the hook. Off the hook. Miss Killinois says that's how Vanilla Gorilla was created. Yeah, she's talking about Outcross was how Vanilla Gorilla was created. That's right. That's right. That's right. Stay fresh, I think so. Miss Killinois says the most extreme American bully ever. That's right. That's right. I'm gonna be doing a new video. Matter of fact, I'm about to re-record Vanilla Gorilla coming here really soon, you guys. And I can't, because the footage I got of him really does him no justice. Wait till you guys see that. And we'll be re-recording this boy as well. But yeah, man, it's kind of, I shouldn't have started the live this late, man. It's kind of whack, man, and that type of stuff, man. We got some big things coming up with the lives, you guys. We got some really, really big things coming up with the lives. Some stuff like you guys have never seen before. We got some stuff like that you guys have never seen before. I'm telling you, that's going to turn things all the way up. We got some really big things. Y'all make sure you tap in. If you're new to this channel and you're not already, make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out. We got so many big things in the works, man. Here soon, I'm about to be dropping this video for Top Dog TV. I got a video coming up with that. And then I also got another video coming up with Top Dog TV. We got some crazy, crazy stuff in the works with the lives. I talked to a couple of my OG homies. We're going to be bringing them on the lives. And we got some crazy stuff in the works, you guys. Just because we ain't been posting don't mean we ain't been working. We most definitely been working and working hard, you guys. So but yeah, we got some major stuff on the way, you guys. Tap in, y'all. Real talk. Stay tapped in, man. We're gonna go ahead and shut down the live, but big shout out to all you guys for tuning in. We really appreciate y'all. Shout out to the Killinois family. Shout out to everybody that was tapping in here talking. Midwest American Bullies. The homie right there, Stay Fresh Bullies. You know, all the Killinois family members. The homie Dom Z Baxton. All y'all, man. All y'all that was in here showing love, man. We really, really appreciate y'all. Stay tuned for the next one, man. We're gonna have a lot more stuff going on. I'm gonna go live a little bit earlier. That way we can get some more of our people that get in here like to get stuff cracking. And I just need to get prepared. What I'm gonna start doing is I'm gonna start putting a post up in the community and just saying, you know, what type of topics because I literally freestyle this, man. Every time I hop on here, you guys, it's literally just a freestyle. We just go with the flow. But I'm going to start getting a little bit more prepared, having topics. That way when the comments slow down, I can keep things rolling and keep it entertaining. You know, I'm still kind of new to this, y'all. We got one of the dopest live setups on YouTube, and you know, some of them are really, really dope, man. Tonight it was just kind of a boring. I think I really messed up by going live too late like this. But you know, you never know, man. We might end up going live again on Sunday. I got some videos that I'm gonna try to drop in the meantime here, and you know, that type of stuff. But don't trip, you guys. I'm telling you, this live stuff and the things we got coming up with Top Dog TV is gonna change the whole bully world, man. We'll make sure you guys stay tuned. Real talk. And big shout out to all you guys, man. We appreciate you for tapping in tonight. Real talk. Shout out to the Flahertys being in the building, all the Killinois family members, the Estevezes, you know, all the Killinois family members, man. Big shout out to all you guys. Real talk. Appreciate y'all, and we'll see you guys on the next one.